We get asked all the time, which is the best cruise line? To which we reply, for who? The truth is, there are a variety of cruise lines out there that appeal to all types of travelers. So in this video, we're going to help you narrow down the choices to help you pick the best cruise line for your next cruise. Up next. Welcome aboard, cruisers. I'm Don B from Eat Sleep Cruise, where we'll help you see the world one port at a time. Picking the best cruise line is not as clear-cut as you would think. Before you jump in and put down a deposit, take a look at your travel group, your destination, and your personal preferences. Do you want a cruise line that excels at dining or entertainment? Are you looking for a great nightlife? Given all of these factors to consider when picking a cruise line, we've organized this video around several types of travelers. We have all the details in the description down below. That way you can hop around this video to find which cruise line is best for your next cruise vacation. And we're going to get a little selfish here. And we're going to start with the best cruise line for couples because Heidi and I always travel just the two of us. And our pick for the best cruise line for those sailing just the two of us is Celebrity Cruises. Thoughtful, contemporary decor sets a tone for what feels like an upscale resort on board many of Celebrity Cruises' ships. It's the atmosphere with engaging art, flying martini flights, where couples can spend some quality time together. You can spend the day in the stunning spa or thermal suite, eat your way through the ship, or soak up the sun hand in hand. Celebrity offers both relaxing retreats and engaging performances to keep couples occupied, especially on its ultra-modern Edge class of ships. A respectable runner-up is Princess Cruises. Couples of all ages can find some romance on the original Love Boats, which Princess continues to proudly advertise. Booked in a balcony room, splurge on a full course-by-course breakfast before beginning the day with your loved one. Later, be sure to attend the wine and chocolate pairing, or surprise them with one of Princess's many romance packages to make your cruise even more special. Now, when it comes to picking the best cruise line for families, this is one of the toughest and most competitive categories of them all. There are several family cruise lines, from brands like Royal Caribbean, Norwegian Cruise Line, and MSC, which offer absolutely mind-boggling amount to do with your kids, plus very solid kids programs and special partnerships. However, there are two cruise lines that always seem to have the family at the very forefront of everything they do. And coming in on top is Disney Cruise Line. It's hard to argue with a name like Disney when it comes to creating family vacation magic. From its thoughtfully outfitted cruise rooms to first-run films, state-of-the-art live productions of Disney favorites, and themed dining, the diversions never end. Its world-class kids clubs range from babies to teens and incorporates touches of Star Wars and Marvel in the mix, which is enough to make big kids like me jealous. Luckily, there is also an adults-only array of bars and lounges that caters to caretakers once the kids are in bed. It is true that Disney Cruise Line is a tad on the expensive side, so our runner-up here goes to the fun ships of Carnival Cruise Line. Carnival holds its own with its Seuss at Sea partnerships, dedicated family harbor cabins, and crowd-pleasing entertainment, including Hasbro The Game Show, which are fun for kids of all ages. Carnival Cruise Line also has some of the best casual dining at sea, with Guy's Burger Joint, La Blue Iguana Cantina serving up Tex-Mex, pizza open till 2 a.m., a deli, and more. This is definitely family-friendly. Not to mention, some of Carnival's newest ships have innovative features like a roller coaster, as well as massive sports complex that feature mini golf and water parks with multiple slides. And at a fraction of the cost of a Disney cruise, it might be the best option for many families. Now, on the completely other end of the spectrum, there are certain cruise lines that actually cater to solo travelers. And this is a recent trend in the cruising industry. And there are two cruise lines in particular that go above and beyond when it comes to servicing those who are traveling solo. And edging out the competition here for the best cruise line for solo travelers, our pick goes to Norwegian Cruise Line. Norwegian Cruise Line has made a statement about solo cruising with the introduction of its studio cabin complex. These studio cabin areas feature moderately priced rooms for one that also have access to a lounge, where solo cruisers can meet up with others traveling independently. Studios can now be found across at least 8 of Norwegian's ships. The cruise line is also the innovator of the freestyle approach to dining, meaning you can dine whenever you want, with whomever you want, whenever you want, as well as some of the best theme bars at sea. Another cruise line that's now supporting the solo cruiser is Virgin Voyages, which has waived the pesky solo supplements or additional fees for being a party of just one to a cabin. Though relatively new to the industry, Virgin Voyages is courting solo travelers with a whopping 46 single cabins on board each ship, with 6 lucky guests snagging forward-facing ocean views. Virgin's inclusive and welcoming atmosphere breaks the ice a bit better than most cruise lines when it comes to making new sailing friends. Virgin Voyages also features some of the best dining at sea, with all restaurants included in the base fare, as well as some basics like Wi-Fi and gratuities also covered, making it a great value. Sometimes you need a break from those tiny humans, and believe us, we don't want to judge you for that. While some cruise lines do offer adults-only spaces, such as lounges or sun decks, several cruise lines actually limit the entire ship to the over 18 crowd. Luckily, if that's what you're looking for, there are 2 great options. Look to the V's for adult-only sailings, which are offered by both Virgin Voyages, which you just mentioned, and Viking. Viking offers a comfortable Scandinavian aesthetic on board with high-quality cuisine. Its buffet is one of the best at sea, and a thermal suite that's open to all. High marks also go to the service and enrichment on board of Viking cruises, which actually lacks a casino, though its guests don't seem to mind. Not to mention, Viking includes other luxuries like beer and wine at meals, included Wi-Fi, and a free shore excursion at every port of call. If you're looking to get away from your beloved children and a little bit looser, Virgin Voyages invites a fun-for-all atmosphere with tons. As we already mentioned, it includes all restaurants, also includes all fitness classes, and Virgin Voyages definitely pushes the envelope when it comes to entertainment. Some love it, some are turned off, but either way, it's definitely an adults-only vibe on the ship, but not in a creepy way. Plus, there's a private beach club at Bimini in the Bahamas, which is a port day worthy of any celebrity. Not to mention, Virgin Voyages also offers unique itineraries in the Mediterranean, Greece, and Australia. Now, if you're starting to feel a little overwhelmed or perhaps getting some sticker shock, don't worry, we also have some picks for the best cruise lines for budget travelers. Carnival has long been associated with wallet-friendly pricing, and it is still one of the best value cruise lines out there. But MSC Cruises has blazed onto the scene with consistently cheap deals that make it hard to resist booking that budget cruise vacation, so it actually tops our list for the best cruise line for budget travelers. 5 of the European cruise line's megaships now depart from the US, and week-long Caribbean vacations are on average $100 per person per night or less. Consider too, the fleet is relatively young, with 4 of the 5 stateside ships debuting within the past 6 years or less. MSC has ships deployed worldwide, from its home in the Med to South America, Dubai, and the Red Sea. This allows for competitive pricing, like a 6-night Western Mediterranean sailing over Christmas from just $62 per person per night. MSC ships also include a variety of onboard attractions, from water parks, virtual reality centers, as well as a dedicated kids club. But coming in a close second is Carnival Cruise Line. As mentioned earlier, it is very family friendly and is often cheaper than its competitors like Royal Caribbean or Norwegian Cruise Line in the same regions. As we mentioned before, Carnival Cruise Line also includes many of its onboard amenities, like some of those cruise lines that charge for things like go-karts or laser tag. Many of the onboard attractions on most Carnival Cruise Lines are covered in the base fare, with a lot of casual dining options, reasonably priced specialty restaurants, free entertainment, and more. There's a reason why Carnival Cruise Line is known as America's cruise line. Now, if you're really looking to save money, we'd be remiss not to mention Margaritaville at Sea, which was the former Bahamas paradise. This cruise line runs short sailings to and from West Palm Beach. The one-ship company is currently one of the absolutely lowest fares out there. with feel-good 2-night sprints to Grand Bahama Island for less than $200 total for 2 people on some sailings. And if you want to know what it's really like sailing on Margaritaville at sea, well, check the description down below where we have a link to our completely honest review of this brand new cruise line. If entertainment's your thing, then we have 2 cruise lines we think have the best entertainment out there. There are many times you're likely to say wow on a Royal Caribbean ship. Whether it's at the professional ice skating flips, the aquatic high diving twist, or a roaming piano player who somehow fits those keys in an elevator. Remember, this is all while you're at sea. The variety and caliber of Royal Caribbean's onboard talent is vast, but there's plenty more to do than the shows, parades, and live music, as if that wasn't enough. You can also book an escape room, play laser tag, climb a rock wall, try surfing or skydiving, fly down the top deck water slides, and those are just a few of the options. Although Norwegian Cruise Line is hot on the tail of Royal Caribbean when it comes to on-deck attractions, from an impressive water park and ropes course to its scenic speedway go-kart track. However, when it comes to the stage, NCL has an absolute knack for landing Broadway and West End worthy talent, straight from the theaters of Broadway and the West End. These productions range from Jersey Boys to Beetlejuice to the cruise line's highest rated show, Choir of Man. These shows bring all the pizzazz of the world's best stages to cruise ship audiences entirely free of charge. On the other end of the spectrum, there are certain cruise lines that really focus on enrichment. If you thought of learning something on vacation attracts rather than repels you, you should consider 2 cruise lines that feature guest lecturers, their own library collections, and onboard facilities, like Cunard's Queen Mary II's Planetarium, or Holland America Line's Exploration Central Zones. Cunard is a historic cruise company with a legacy of onboard enrichment that stretches back for decades. Theme cruises, referred to as event voyages, delve into topics more deeply, including insight from actual veterans as far back as World War II on their greatest generation sailings, the musical talents of a national symphony orchestra, or festivals at sea from food and wine to literature. There's ballroom dancing classes, language lessons, and dedicated Cunard Insights enrichment program. So there's academic offerings available on just about every sailing. Through 2024, Holland America Line plans to update its shelves with modern libraries as well as trending enrichment like free pickleball instruction. The cruise line also has its partnership with BBC Earth with live musical performances set to footage of nature called Earth in Concert. The cruise line's EXC talks also dive deep into the local regions, whether you're sailing in Alaska or the Norwegian fjords. And then there's Holland America Line's signature origin story, which often occurs the first night of your cruise, which is a compelling and well-produced look at the company's origin starting in the late 19th century through modern-day cruising. On the other end of the spectrum, while there's nothing wrong with active days and relaxing nights, some cruisers are looking to stay up all night and sleep through the day. If that's your plan, we recommend Virgin Voyages. A Scarlet-themed night with festival-style pop-up acts complements a nightly roster of stage performances, including sexy takes on classic scripts, cabaret-style shows, a thumping nightclub, and plenty of cool bars to hop from. It's a ship that stays up even if you're winding down, with a 24/7 diner and pizza shop, and leisurely brunch options for the morning after. If you're not sure you can quite hang with that crowd, Carnival Cruise Line has long been known as a fleet of party ships, and while that reputation has faded over the last few years, with more family offerings and longer sailings, these fun ships still know how to boogie down. Carnival makes it easy for anyone to have a good time with an incredible drink from the Alchemy Bar or a homebrewed beer from the Key West-inspired Red Frog Pub, complete with live music. Their ships also feature piano bars, sports bars, and pool bars, which all have different vibes and promise to keep the good times rolling as long as you can roll. Adult-only comedy shows and other after-hours entertainment add to many reasons you should make every effort to enjoy Carnival's nightlife. if you're a foodie, then there are two cruise lines you should definitely focus on when looking for your next cruise vacation. Be sure to stretch your stomach before boarding an Oceania cruise, where the culinary arts have long been a focus and remain a top priority across the fleet. Dishes are continually being refined in every dining venue, including the Grand Dining Room, with recent additions like poke bowls in the Waves Grill, or an expanded Sunday brunch as part of the line's Oceania Next improvements. Jacques Pepin, the cruise line's longtime executive culinary director, and his onboard venues are a testament to the French gastronomic excellence. Beyond meals, Oceania guests can take part in culinary-themed excursions, or book a cooking class at the Culinary Center. Mixology is included in this high-standard F&B mix, with the latest techniques, including zero-proof cocktails, incorporated into the onboard bar menus. Silversea is a luxury cruise line, with a cornucopia of quality dining options, but its Sea and Land Taste program, or SALT program, takes the Epicurean experience and turns it up to 11. Stretching from onboard kitchens, dining rooms, and a theme bar to immersive shore tours, SALT is a finely tuned culinary program that draws most of its inspiration from your itinerary and local products and customs. The full experience is currently available on select ships, including Silver Moon, Silver Dawn, and Silver Nova. For many, cruising in the Caribbean go hand in hand, so it's hard to pick just one cruise line who is the best cruise line in the Caribbean. But with Caribbean in its name, it's hard to argue with Royal Caribbean and its fleet of almost 30 ships, including the world's largest. Offering various ship classes, size, and price points, Royal overwhelms with its Caribbean options. Sail short weekend cruises from Port Canaveral or 11-night Southern Caribbean voyages from Cape Liberty, New Jersey. Itineraries feature idyllic Caribbean ports like St. Martin, with others sailing to Bermuda or the Bahamas, not to mention the cruise line's private island of Perfect Day at CocoCay. Plus, there are several additional home ports, which include Baltimore, New Orleans, Galveston, and the aforementioned Jersey, in addition to various ports in Florida. Taking a totally different tack, our run-up here is Windstar Cruises and the cruise line's yachts and sailing ships, which offer an intimate way to visit the Caribbean. Unlike the bustling touristy areas of the mega ships, Windstar's small vessels can anchor in tucked-away harbors and lesser visited islands. It's a completely different and revelatory way to see many islands of the Caribbean beyond the marquee ports. Not to mention, Windstar Cruises includes all onboard dining, premium non-alcoholic beverages, and all ships feature a wave sports platform and include complimentary gear such as snorkel gear, kayaks, and even a water trampoline. The great state of Alaska is another popular cruise destination frequented by many cruise lines, but mastered by only a few. For a comprehensive ocean cruising experience through the last frontier, you can't go wrong with either Princess Cruises or Holland America, so here we give them a tie. Both cruise lines offer incredible lodges and land programs, with Alaska Railroad for extended Alaska cruise tours. Both dedicate a multitude of ships to the region each season with varying itineraries, and both offer cohesive onboard programming that highlights the cuisine, culture, and incredible wildlife of Alaska. If you're looking for a difference, Holland America line ventures up into the Yukon. For families, we recommend the North to Alaska programming from Princess. If choosing between those two Alaska cruise heavyweights isn't enough, we've introduced a third option, and it's the small ship expedition sailing that is world apart from mainstream cruising. UnCruise is partially based in Juneau, with authentic ties to the state. Extensions in Juneau or Denali are possible, but it's all about the unique sailing and exploration opportunities on board, plus active pursuits like hiking and kayaking, which are all included, plus all meals and gear. If you truly want to get away from it all, UnCruise does not offer onboard Wi-Fi, allowing you and your loved ones to be truly present in this magnificent destination. And while many travelers might be picking a cruise to go to a new destination, several cruise lines actually have their own private locales that can only be accessed from a cruise ship. and a few of these private islands are leaps and bounds better than the competition. Many of these islands are located in the Bahamas. Our clear winner here is Royal Caribbean's perfect day at CocoCay. What we love most about this appropriately named island is that it has been finely tuned to provide the ideal vacation day for nearly every type of passenger and budget. You can spend nothing at all and just enjoy relaxing near the crystal clear water on a beach lounger. Or you could splurge and get a ticket to the impressive Thrill Water Park. The island is aptly divided into thrills and chills, directing guests to poolside oasis or a 130-foot drop from the Daredevil's Peak. As with nearly any cruise line private island, your onboard drinks and Wi-Fi packages also works on perfect day at CocoCay. Another immaculately crafted island experience, and a pretty close runner-up, is Disney Cruise Line's Castaway Cay. Like everything Disney does, this family-friendly island pays attention to details. You can enjoy gentle swimming coves, bike rentals, plenty of grub, and maybe even an appearance from your favorite characters in their swim trunks. There's also an adults-only area, a snorkeling reef, and several shore excursions, like swimming with stingrays, that are all just mere feet from the coastline. An honorable mention here goes to the relatively new private island of Ocean Cay. This is MSC Cruises' private island in the Bahamas. The cruise line has focused a lot on rehabilitation of the island and its surrounding coral and marine life. Fun in the sun is still the focus, with great swimming spots, bars with a view, and even fish-shaped ice cream cones. A differentiator? By night, most ships stick around for a traditional Junkanoo parade, followed by a laser light show and dance party. Now that you're armed with all the information you need to pick the best cruise line for you and your family, we have to find you the best ship. Well, lucky for you, right here on YouTube, we have our detailed look at the 9 newest cruise ships. That's right, we sailed on 9 of the newest cruise ships and compare them all in one of our latest videos. Find out which of these new ships we thought had the best dining, best entertainment, as well as the best cabins. We share all those details with you to help ensure your next cruise is smooth sailing.